It's time to unleash the Stanley!
The Cup's new home, the nation's capital.
The Caps writing DC sports history.
It's pretty special being on Constitution Ave right now.
Constitution Avenue, the National Mall, a sea of red.
For the first time in their 44-year history, the Capitals are
Stanley Cup champions! Yeah!
From ABC 7 News, this is the Cup in all caps.
hockey's holy grail, the Stanley Cup, is home.
Yes, and it is right here with the Washington Capitals. Hey everyone, I'm Erin Hawksworth. So happy you could be with us.
And I'm Scott Abraham. We're here at the Kettler Iceplex in Arlington. September 2017, the team coming back together after a heartbreaking 7-game loss to their arch rivals, the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah, last spring left many fans wondering if the Caps could ever win the Stanley Cup. And this season, the roster turnover meant more opportunities for rookies who made their mark on this team.
We take you on the Capitals' quest to win the Stanley Cup, decades in the making. It's been a 20-year journey back to the Stanley Cup final. 1998, the Caps didn't win a game, swept away by the Red Wings. Expectations not as high as in years past for the Caps heading into the regular season. They had some growing pains, but really hit their stride in March, winning 12 of its final 15 games.
We go in there with a mindset to win the Stanley Cup, but whoever comes in front of us, we're gonna find a way to get around them.
Columbus, their first round opponent, Washington dropping the first 2 games of the series, both at home.
It's going to be fun when we bounce back and I'm going to tie the series and come back here and play game 5.
They did exactly that, winning 4 straight games that close out the Blue Jackets. On to round 2, their annual roadblock, the Pittsburgh Penguins standing in their way again. Washington delivering the knockout blow on the road in Game 6. Evgeny Kuznetsov, the hero.
Everyone knows the difficulties we've had getting out of the second round, but that doesn't make a difference in our main goal. Our main goal is still a Stanley Cup.
Next up, the Eastern Conference Finals and the Tampa Bay Lightning. A seesaw affair. The heavyweights go the distance. Braden Holtby delivers back-to-back shutouts. Washington punches their ticket to the Stanley Cup Final. The big stage, the big moment, the big Vegas show. It only took 5 games. At long last, the Washington Capitals are Stanley Cup champions.
There it is. Thank you, Vegas.
Before the season started, Alex Ovechkin spoke to me about his legacy, saying he wasn't done and that priority number 1 was to win a Stanley Cup. Now that it's happened, the Capitals captain has cemented his place among DC sports and hockey's all-time greats. It's been a whirlwind these last few days. What's it been like?
It's been crazy. It's been crazy. It's been fun. You know, we did it. We're Stanley Cup champs.
You and I talked in September about legacy, and you touched on that you wanted to win the Stanley Cup, and there are a lot of people out there who said you have to win the Stanley Cup for your legacy to be complete. What do you have to say to those people now?
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, for your legacy question, I mean, did you feel like you had to win the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, of course. I think I still can't believe it, but you know, Alex Ovechkin is Stanley Cup champion, and TJ Oshie, Jay Beagle, Brooks Orpik, Nicholas Backstrom, Stanley Cup champs. So this city is going to be remember this for a long time, and you know, I'm very excited. I'm very happy.
So what's the summer plans? What are you gonna do with the cup? What's the plan? You get a day with the cup. So what are we gonna do here?
I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do, but it's going to be something special. It's going to be something I'm going to share with the Russian people. I'm going to share with my friends, with my families, and everybody going to have a chance to touch it and take a picture with it.
Final question, you mentioned during the rally, back to back. How does this team stay hungry, stay motivated to keep this cup in DC for quite some time?
Yeah, it will be. Next year will be a hard year, but we're gonna do our best to bring it back because that feelings you want to keep it over and over again.
Wow, that championship parade was something else. We haven't seen anything like that in the DC sports scene in about 2 decades.
Yeah, it was really remarkable. Huge crowds lined Constitution Avenue, spilling into the National Mall, and of course, all of them were rocking the red. As for the players, they were soaking in the experience with all of those fans. It was a long time coming. Washington, D.C. finally had a championship parade courtesy of the Washington Capitals.
It's such a special day, so we made the parental call and yanked him out of school.
A sea of red filled with hundreds and thousands of fans lining Constitution Avenue to see their heroes.
It was the most important thing, I guess, besides marrying her, so.
The players taking a ride of a lifetime. The parade was a chance to celebrate with a fan base that suffered 42 seasons without a cup.
I think it's just as special for them as it is for us, and some fans has waited, a lifetime for this, and it's just awesome to be able to share it with them and give back.
Fans congregated on the National Mall hours before the parade began, taking in the moment. The city's 26-year stretch without a major sports title finished.
We're all family now forever, along with you guys. And everybody says what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But we brought the cup home!
By the end of the sun-soaked rally, the team had one final message to deliver.
Championship is an emotional experience that can leave even the most outspoken athlete speechless. For TJ Oshie, holding up that Stanley Cup was his favorite memory, not to be outdone by the victory parade. Did it exceed your expectations?
Oh, yeah. I heard it was going to be big, and we you kind of prepare for it a little bit, but nothing like we saw down. I thought maybe there was going to be about a third of the people we saw, and it was so overwhelming and so humbling.
One thing that I think is so impressive is how accessible you guys have been to the fans and allowing them to, touch the cup, take pictures with it. What sort of inspired that?
I just think this city's wanted a championship for so long, and there's been so much heartbreak. And there's been so much invested by the fans, and I think we realize that, and we understand that, we feel that. Seeing the fans through the playoffs, how they filled the streets and had I don't even know what they're called, rallies, watch parties, whatever it was. We just felt like they were such a big part of it that we wanted to share it with them, and why not? I mean, it's all of ours now.
And how special was it to have your dad there in Las Vegas with you when you guys won the Stanley Cup?
It was amazing, really.
For my dad, who has Alzheimer's, his memory's slipping a little these days. I think this is one memory it's one memory that I don't think he's gonna forget.
It was just really great to let him hold it, to have him be aware and see me raise the cup. It's something that I always wanted him to see since I was a little kid, and especially with the Alzheimer's, you don't know how long you have. It's pretty unexpected, so it was great to have him there.
Yeah, my uncle has it, my grandma had it, so I can definitely relate. And I was emotional watching, the pictures of you and your dad. What has he said to you since then?
Oh, just how proud he is of me, that he loves me, and I can't wait for our day with the cup, so we can really share it together, because we didn't get too much time there to see it and to share it. And he went to bed a little early, so. Well, at least compared to the rest of us. And it's going to be good to not only him, my mom. I mean, everyone's been talking about my dad, but my mom made a lot of sacrifices when I was younger too, and my brother and sisters. So it'll be nice to share it with them, with everyone for a full day, and really be able to thank them.
And then what are your plans now in terms of when you get the cup and get to celebrate it and spend time with your family and your girls and all of that?
Yeah, you only get so much time with it, and I gotta have a bowl of cereal out of it. I don't know if it's disrespectful or not, but I've seen people do it, and
It's the best video.
I'm a big cereal eater.
What kind of cereal?
I'll go peanut butter crunch for sure. No doubt.
Coming up on the Cup in all caps, Alex Ovechkin and Nicklas Backstrom, teammates for more than a decade, finally get to lift the cup together, their journey ahead.
Plus, our exclusive interview with Evgeny Kuznetsov, who rewrote the Capitals' playoff record books. As we go to break, the party in Georgetown that we will never forget. Welcome back to the Cup in all caps. We're celebrating DC's newest championship team, and we're coming to you from Kettler Iceplex in Arlington. This is the home of the Caps. This is where they practice, where they perfect their game, and that's something Alex Ovechkin and Nicklas Backstrom have been doing for more than a decade.
Washington Capitals are happy to pick Nicklas Backstrom.
Alex Ovechkin and Nicklas Backstrom have been linked together for 12 years. The two have been side by side throughout a decade of high expectations, followed by playoff heartbreak.
We just lose a game, and I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what to say.
But their long journey filled with highs and lows.
If you look at the whole series altogether, we didn't lose the series tonight. We lost it in the first 3 games.
Finally led them past the Pittsburgh Penguins.
We knew we have to take this opportunity and get a win.
Followed by a trip to their first Stanley Cup final.
I still can't believe it, and we worked so hard for this, to be able to be in the finals, and only took us 11 years, but now we're there.
And in a season when the Capitals were not even expected to make the playoffs, here they are, hoisting Lord Stanley's Cup, and later nearly dropping it. For Ovi and Backy, the disappointment of seasons ending early made this moment even more special.
I think because we waited so long, I think it feels even better.
That duo became a trio when Evgeny Kuznetsov joined the team. In the playoffs, he was an absolute force, and now he's a rising superstar. Here's our one-on-one with the man they call Kuzi. What has the last several days been like for you? All of the celebrations, the parade, can you even put it into words?
I mean, it's all fun part, and we've done some crazy things already, some crazy moments in our lives, and we will remember these days forever for sure.
Speaking of celebrations, what do you call your bird celebration? Does it have a name?
No, it doesn't have a name. It's just like my daughter liked it, and you know. But when you're gonna do it too much, like it's not gonna be that funny like it is right now.
Really? I mean, I think in a way it's good for the game to have, you know, players showing personality like you do.
You know, that's how I have fun. That's how I feel comfortable.
Alex Ovechkin, how would you describe your relationship with him? Because he kind of seems like a big brother to you.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, we have a lot of fun moments off the ice when you guys don't see us, and it's not hard to make jokes on him, but it's hard to handle it then joke back, you know. And he done a lot of good things for us, for me personally, for this organization, for the city, and I'm so proud of him. You can see his eyes right now. He's ready to go play next year again.
Is it almost addicting now that you've won it? You do want that repeat?
Yeah, for sure. Like it's like champagne, you know. When you taste a little bit, you want to drink more and more, you know. And it's fun ride for us, all those games. But at the same time, we have to remember the next season coming soon. We have to stay focused and we gotta prepare because the fans, the people, all the hockey world gonna expect it as we're gonna be good. We're gonna be playing much better than we played before, and if something's not going well, we're gonna have some hard time for sure.
Just ahead, we'll take a look at the Capitals' core.
The key expiring contracts, including head coach Barry Trotz.
And as we go to break, we'll take a look at one of the Caps' fan favorites, moments after hoisting the cup.
I mean, it's incredible to share it with family, friends. DC's probably going insane. It's been a long time. Love you, fans. I mean, you've been behind us this whole time. We finally did it. It's incredible. Go crazy, go nuts.
It's the Cup in all caps on ABC7, and we're looking forward. With free agency looming, the Caps have some serious questions involving about a half dozen Caps players. That includes their top defensive pair, John Carlson and Michael Kempny, are both unrestricted free agents. Fan favorite, top penalty-killing forward, and reliable at the faceoff dot, Jay Beagle, is also up. And then there's the maestro, head coach Barry Trotz, now a Stanley Cup champion. He's due a raise from whoever signs him. His 762 career wins are good for 5th all time. We caught up with Trotz after the parade. It's starting to sink in. You're the head coach of a Stanley Cup winning team.
It is. You know, the first couple days are a blur. I mean, you're sharing the cup with the world. You're sharing the cup with the DC family, the fans. Our guys have made sure that cup has made the rounds through town, as if you watch social media. You know, the other night, for instance, I had the cup at my house, had the coaching staff, their wives over there, and you're sitting in the backyard and maybe having a celebration cigar, and you're just sitting there with the cup, not having to share it with the whole world. You start to realize that it sinks in a little bit then.
Special relationship with your son, Nolan. He has Down syndrome. What's this last couple of days been like? When he brought the Stanley Cup home, what was his reaction? I mean, you're his hero. What was it like to share with him?
I don't know if I'm totally his hero. He's got a sister and mom that he adores. He just, you know, Nolan doesn't, he doesn't articulate extremely well. He just was, whoa. You know, to him, I'm just dad.
Barry, the adversity and the disappointment you faced, this team has faced, has been worth the wait.
It has. You know, sometimes the things in life come a little too easy. You don't really appreciate it as much. They didn't quit on it. I mean, they were pretty close to quitting on it, and they had a lot of reason because they kept getting piled on by everybody. You know, everybody kept looking back. We were the only thing that we were trying to look forward, and everybody around us keeps looking back, and that wasn't the direction we were going. And the only way that we were going to stop the noise was to just get it done.
Barry, this is a business. You are technically a free agent. The fans want you back. Your own players want you back. Do you want to be back in Washington?
Yeah, this is crazy that everybody says that you want to be back in Washington. Of course I do. I have a good situation with a really good team. You know, if it can be worked out, and in this situation, just like a player, then there's no reason that to say that I don't want to be here is not correct.
Barry, you've reached the pinnacle of your career. You won a Stanley Cup. Now what?
Do it again. That's I think Osh said it best. You know, once you win it once, you want to win it again. I don't think you stop. I think we're, as coaches or professionals, we want to be perfect.
Alex Ovechkin and Ted Leonsis making sure fans who couldn't make it to the parade get to see the Stanley Cup up close, visiting children at MedStar Georgetown and Fort DuPont Ice Arena. That's home to the oldest minority youth hockey program on the continent. When we return, some say he's DC's good luck charm.
Right? We introduce you to Darnell Duncan as the Caps make it do what it do next.
Ovechensky. It became a rallying cry.
Yeah, and Caps fans wanted to see the team make it do what it do. Darnell Duncan, he became one of our favorite interviews during the playoffs, and I think he's here to stay.
Yeah, the guy is a legend. Robert Burton, one more time, DC Sports superfan.
You might not know this, but our first encounter with Darnell Duncan had nothing to do with the Capitals. Cash it or trash it, Wiz come back from 0-2 to win the series against Toronto.
Cash it.
Why you say cash it?
Because they got John Wall.
That's it?
That's it, and that's all.
A few days later, this time covering the Caps, a hashtag was born. Who's the right player, man?
Ovechensky. Is that his name? Ovechensky, Ovechensky.
Not only did Darnell go viral,
Ovechkin is the man. He gonna make it do what it do.
he also became our good luck charm. So we went back to his hangout, the Mickey D's on 7th Street, and there he was, dressed to the nines. You think it's gonna be a sweep, or what do you think?
Oh, they're gonna run away with it. They're gonna be like the Temptation, runaway child running wild, baby.
You think so?
It's all good. It's all good.
Ovechensky and them?
My man, Ovechkin. I got it right. I got it right this time. Ovechkin.
Since then, he's been there every step of the way. Even the Caps rewarded Darnell for keeping the faith.
With this signed limited edition Backstrom stick.
Make it do what it do, baby. Get out of my way.
Did you play? Did you play? You
Yeah,
got some
I
moves?
was going. Me and Ovechkin, we made it do what it do.
Then, a night to remember.
Rock the red, baby. Rock the red. We did it, baby. We did it. Yeah, we made it do what it do, baby.
This has been so much fun. We hope to put another special together again like this in November for the Nationals and again in February for the Redskins.
Yes, fingers crossed, and thank you for joining us for this ABC7 Sports Special, The Cup in All Caps.